Now I know some of y'all might be thinking, this sounds like a whole lot of self-help mumbo jumbo. And I get it, but trust me on this one. Because when you learn to be okay with being alone, when you learn to love and accept yourself for exactly who you are, that's when the real magic happens. See, loneliness can be a gift, in a strange sort of way. It forces you to confront yourself, to look in the mirror and really see who's looking back. It gives you the space to figure out what you want, what you need, and what you're willing to tolerate. And when you know yourself, truly know yourself, you become a force to be reckoned with. That strength, that light I was talking about, it comes from loving yourself. Learn from your mistakes, grow from them, and then release them. Section 3. Forgiveness as freedom. Now, I know forgiving yourself, especially for the big stuff, can be hard, but remember, forgiveness ain't about the other person. It's about freeing yourself from the pain, the anger, the resentment. It's about choosing to move forward, lighter and freer. Think about it like this. Holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It ain't hurting them, it's only hurting you. Letting go of that pain, that's where the real healing begins. And that's when you can truly start to thrive. Section 4. Black Girl Magic, Real and True. See, Black women, we got a strength in us that runs deep. It's in our blood, passed down from generations of women who faced unimaginable challenges and still rose above. We are queens, every single one of us. You might be listening and thinking, that's all well and good, but what about when times are tough? What about when you're struggling to make ends meet? When you don't know where your next meal is coming from? And believe me, honey, I hear you. I've been there. There were times when I didn't know how I was going to keep the lights on, how I was going to put food on the table for my kids. But even in those dark times, I learned to appreciate what I did have. It might not have been much, but it was enough. I had a roof over my head, clothes on my back, and most importantly, I had my health and my children. And that, my dears, that's a blessing. It's easy to get caught up in what we don't have, to focus on the lack. But when we shift our perspective, when we start to focus on what we do have, even the smallest things, that's when we start to feel that sense of abundance. It don't have to be material things either. It can be the warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of your children's laughter, the love of a good friend. These are the things that truly matter, the things that money can't buy. See, true wealth ain't about how much money you got in the bank. It's about the richness of your spirit, the love in your heart, the strength of your character. It's about knowing who you are, what you stand for, and never compromising your values. It's about walking through this world with your head held high, knowing that you are a child of God, worthy of love, respect, and abundance. And that abundance, it starts from within. It starts with the choices we make every single day. Do we choose to focus on the negative, or do we choose to look for the good? Do we choose to dwell on our circumstances, or do we choose to create a better future for ourselves and our children? The choice is always ours, honey. And the beautiful thing is, when we choose to focus on the positive, when we choose to see the good, even in the midst of our struggles, that's when the universe conspires to bring us more of what we desire. Now, I know it ain't always easy to stay positive, especially when it feels like life is throwing you one curveball after another. Believe me, I've been there. But what I've learned is that our struggles, they don't define us. They don't diminish us. In fact, they have the power to make us stronger, more resilient, more determined than ever before. Think about it like this. Every challenge you overcome, every obstacle you navigate, it's like laying down a brick, building a foundation for something greater. It's like climbing a mountain, one step at a time. It might be hard, it might be tiring, but the view from the top, that sense of accomplishment, it's worth every ounce of effort. And sometimes, honey, those struggles, they lead us to our greatest blessings. They force us to dig deep, to tap into our inner strength, to discover resources we never even knew we had. They introduce us to people who offer a helping hand, who show us the true meaning of community and support. Maybe you find yourself relying on your community more, sharing resources and supporting each other. Maybe you discover a new talent or passion, something that brings you joy and fulfillment. Maybe you learn to appreciate the simple things in life, the things that truly matter. These are the gifts that come wrapped in the challenges, the blessings that bloom in the midst of adversity. And when we open ourselves up to them, when we allow ourselves to receive them, that's when we truly begin to thrive, even in the midst of our struggles. Now let's talk about finding joy. Because, honey, life is too short to be miserable. Even when times are tough, there's always something to be grateful for, something to smile about. It might be the laughter of a child, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the simple pleasure of a good cup of coffee in the morning. Finding joy ain't about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about choosing to focus on the good, to find the silver lining in every cloud. It's about cultivating an attitude of gratitude, appreciating the small things that make life worth living. Life is a journey, y'all, not a destination. And it's up to us to decide how we're going to travel. We can choose to walk through this world with our heads down, burdened by our troubles, or we can choose to lift our chins, embrace the journey, and find joy in the ride. See, it's all about perspective, honey. Two people can be going through the exact same thing, but their experience of it can be completely different based on how they choose to see it. One person might see a challenge as an insurmountable obstacle, while another person sees it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Which one do you think is going to come out stronger on the other side? It's like that old saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Now I know some of y'all are probably tired of hearing that one, but there's a reason it's so popular. It's because it's true. When we can find a way to reframe our challenges, to see them as opportunities for growth, that's when we start to tap into our own resilience. That's when we start to realize that we are stronger than we think we are. Now, finding joy and strength in solitude, it ain't always about doing things. Sometimes it's about just being present in the moment without judgment, without distraction. It's about embracing the quiet moments, the stillness within. It might be taking a few minutes each day to meditate, to quiet your mind and connect with your breath. It might be spending time in nature, listening to the birds sing and the wind rustle through the trees. Or it might be as simple as sitting in a comfortable chair with a cup of tea and just letting yourself be. These quiet moments, they are a gift. They give us a chance to recharge, to reconnect with ourselves, to hear our own inner wisdom. And when we make time for solitude, when we learn to enjoy our own company, that's when we truly start to thrive. Section 4, you are not alone. See, my dear sisters, the truth is, none of us are ever truly alone. We are all connected, every single one of us, by this beautiful, messy thing called life. And even when we feel most isolated, most alone, there's a whole community of folks out there who understand what we're going through, who have walked a mile in our shoes. So reach out, honey. Connect with your sisters, your friends, your family. Join a support group, find a mentor, or volunteer your time to a cause you believe in. There's strength in numbers and there's healing in connection. Remember, you are loved, you are worthy, you are enough, and you are never, ever alone. We've covered a lot of ground today, y'all. We talked about loneliness, that feeling of being all alone, even when you got folks around you. We talked about how it can feel like a heavy weight on your chest, how it can make you feel lost and uncertain. But we also talked about the strength that lies within each and every one of us, that wellspring of resilience that we can tap into no matter what life throws our way. We talked about the power of self-love, of embracing every part of ourselves, the good, the bad, and the in-between. Because when we love ourselves, honey, truly love ourselves, that's when we can start to heal. That's when we can start to forgive ourselves for our mistakes and move forward with grace and compassion. That's when we can start to see the beauty in our imperfections, the strength in our scars. Remember, self-love is a journey, not a destination. It's a practice, something we gotta work at every single day. Some days it'll come easy like breathing. Other days it'll feel like trying to climb a mountain with a backpack full of rocks. But even on those tough days, even when you feel like giving up, remember this. You are worthy of that love. You are worthy of joy, of peace, of abundance. And you have everything you need within you to create the life of your dreams. It starts with a single step, honey. A decision to choose yourself, to believe in yourself, to love yourself unconditionally. And once you take that step, the universe will start conspiring to bring you everything you need to succeed. So embrace the quiet moments, embrace the journey, and most importantly, embrace the incredible, beautiful, powerful woman that you are. Because you, my dear, are a force to be reckoned with. You have a light inside of you, a light that can never be extinguished. Let it shine, honey. Let it shine bright. Let it illuminate the world around you, and let it guide you on your journey to wholeness, to joy, to love. The world needs your light, honey. Don't be afraid to let it shine. Because you are a queen. Never forget that. You are strong, you are resilient, you are worthy, and you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. So go out there and make it happen, honey. The world is waiting for you.